Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dr. Obioramba Iboreze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University. Today's date is Nkwo Market Day in the 7th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Alomchi. And tomorrow, Eke, will be the beginning of the 8th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Elommo. But today's date is Nkwo in the 7th month, which is still Onwa Alomchi. At Nkolo Mahadum, we encourage you to always use your akonuche. You are naturally given common sense to evaluate information, because our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has said that the problem of the black man is the way that we reason. And that is partly one of the reasons why Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University was set up, to reset our brain so that we can reason properly and see things from Biafran and African perspectives. Not seeing things from the colonial master's view. And so we also encourage you to go back to our previous lectures. All those topics and lectures were designed for you. Those are the things that you have to know. That is the reality and practicality of the world we live in. Those are the kind of lectures we are organizing for you, so that you'll be free from mental slavery and brainwashing. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Like our programs, comment so that we know how we are doing. The title of today's lecture is Corrections and Advice for Chinasa Nworu, who is the GOC of ESN, from his last broadcast he had last Saturday, August 31st, 2024. Because in that broadcast, he presented a one-sided story. And that one-sided story, Nkolo Mahadum I believe that that's not how to arrive at a good conclusion for an incident like that. It was a one-sided story. And without wasting time, we shall go to the broadcast of Chinasa Nworu. Then from there, we shall be also explaining our own parts, because we were not allowed to explain our own parts. We made all the efforts. There was coordinators meeting that was held, of which I was denied to participate. I tried three times to join that meeting, and the leaders in the US prevented me from joining that meeting. And also, I have made several attempts to reach at many principal officers like Chinasa Nworu, whom I contacted on the 7th of the incident, on the 8th, on the 15th, on his I contacted Chinasa Nworu on the 9th on the night on his X handle. And then on the 12th, 13th, 15th, 24th, and 27th of August, I continued to contact him. I didn't even know that he received any of my message. He did not respond to any of my messages. And so the reason he did not respond to any of my messages, he didn't want to talk to me, is still baffling to me up to this moment. The reason that he cannot talk to me to hear my own side of the story as the owner of the farm in question. And so let's go through the broadcast of Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Then from there, we shall be presenting our own side of the story. So here we go.
Happening in Biafra land. This kidnapping, ransom taking, organ harvesting, it is something that is coming from different dimensions and from different axes. There are Fulani kidnappers. There are Nigerian security kidnappers. There are these auto criminals kidnappers. There are also criminals who are, there's a full set of people who are just, they are not IPOB. They are not the auto criminals. They are not military, they are not Fulani, but they are criminals. They are using this opportunity to cash in because of criminal activities going. You know, all of them, you know the mindset of the Igbo man. If they hear charger is selling, everybody will become a charger importer. If they hear Kukuruku is on the board, like when they hear that Odogu bitters was ready, everybody was doing Odogu bitters, Zazu bitters, General bitters. This is the mindset of Nigerians. They thought that is what is making people great. Now kidnapping is in the southeast. Everybody is cashing in. People are, some are calling you on telephone. They claim they are ESN, Nyanye Kombo. And from our research, even before the formation of IPOB, Kombo was running in Oro for a very long time, even before IPOB started, where they used to call their people Nyanye Kombo, Aijineje Obodo. It is a word that has been there for a very long time. But there is something, a new, you know, as the crime, they are committing the crimes, they are developing new methods, new ways. We've come to realize that there are many farms, as we have pushed people, encouraged people go into farming. There are people who already own farms, even before IPOB start to encourage people now. Fully. Of course, we have been saying it for a long time, but there are people who already invested in those things. But also, we have found out there are some negative informations or negative activities happening around certain farms and uncompleted buildings in Biafra land. So therefore, if you own an uncompleted building, I am calling every Biafran who have an uncompleted project, even if you are living in diaspora, you are living in Biafra land, you are living in another state or living in Nigeria, you have an uncompleted project that have been overtaken by bushes. I will urge you to try to.
Yes, let us respond to some of the things that our GOC, Chinasa Nworu, has said here. Yes, he said that there are some people that have invested in farming before IPOB initiated the move, and that is correct. Igbo Beze Farm, my farm, was started in 2016, and my employee, Suleiman, also joined me in that farm since 2016. So he's not somebody that I just pick up from the streets and the place in the farm yesterday. No, this is a man and his family have been working with since 2016. And also, my farm is not uncompleted building. It's a functioning farm with cows and sheep and a lot of other things that we moved to other farms because of employee issues. And so let's continue with Chinasa's broadcast.
To clean up your project. Try to clean them off because the ESN has been mandated to move around all the uncompleted buildings because we found out that is where most of these criminals are hiding. The Fulani criminals, the Nigerian security officers, sometimes they take people to uncompleted buildings to rob them. They have their POS, and these things are happening in Biafra land. And if we found out that the owner of the uncompleted building is involved, the ESN has been mandated on what to do in that particular place. I will bring this issue because, you know, our people some of them like to blackmail. I'm going to give you a case study of what leads to all these instructions to the ESN to make sure we will be combing farms, combing uncompleted buildings because of the criminal activities we are witnessing in Biafra land these days. And we need your maximum support as these operations are being carried out. We realize that many criminals are now having connections with our own locals because criminality is what brings Nigerians together. Whether you are Fulani, you are Igbo, or whether you are Igbo, as long as crime is involved, the crime can bring Hausa, Yoruba, all of them together. As long as it's something criminal activity, it's very easy to bring them together. Religion may not bring them, but crime can bring these people. And that is why the British created Nigeria, because they wanted a place where people will behave. They won't ever agree on any reasonable thing apart from criminal activities. That's why even if you go to their Senate, all that brought all of them together from north to south to west is the national cake. Come and steal and go. That is what brought all of them together. At the early of this month, many people found out that there was something I posted about some kidnappers caught by the ESN operatives in Anambra Okanot. These kinds of operation, this kind of have been going on before now, because quietly we don't make noise. IPOB will not make noise. IPOB, ESN will never come to make noise. We don't make noise. You know, people come to make this leadership do not see any reason why they should be making noise when they do certain job that is for the benefit of Biafrans. That was around 8th August. I was informed by a written message. It was sent to me from America. Somebody wrote and sent to me, he said, my farm is located in Urum, in the boundary of Urum and Mbapu in Oka local government LGA. Currently, I have only 20 cows and 14 sheep. Some were shot dead, the rest are missing, and my workers, I want you people to pick up some words. My workers have abandoned my farm for fear of being killed. Thanks, Obi Orampa. I told the person, I said, please, we have an issue in Okanot.
Let me respond to this. This issue happened on Wednesday, 7th August 2024. That day also coincided with the day that I paid my my dues. I just woke up, paid my dues, and then went to the bathroom to get ready for work, and then I got a call from Nigeria, from Kabiru. Kabiru haven't called me for more than a year now. And when I saw his call, I was like, why is he calling me? I haven't talked to him for more than a year. And then I say, okay, when I'm going to work, I'm going to call him. So on my way to work, I called Kabiru. It was Kabiru that was telling me that Suleiman said that some people came into our farm. Suleiman is my staff, have been my staff since 2016. I have worked with him since that time. I know him very, very, very well. That Suleiman left the farm because we have a head office at Chinasa Nworu. We have a head office. That's where I was going to work when I was in Nigeria. That some people came to the farm and shot and killed some of the cows and seized his phone and beat him up. Then as they went to the back of the farm, then he ran away. Then he ran to our head office. That's what he told me. So let's continue with Chinasa.
But the way this person have put up this message, you say he's an IPOB member. You say he's IPOB member, but is those IPOB member in America? We know.
Let us stop here again. He said that somebody wrote him from America that his farm was this and that. And then he went further to say that he said that he's an IPOB member. He's in America. He's one of those IPOB members. How can Chinasa Nworu make this kind of remark? Since he knows that in this broadcast also, he has said that he knows how to identify IPOB members. Not only from this broadcast, from all previous broadcasts, he's been saying that they know how to confirm whether somebody is an IPOB member or not. What you should have done before you come to Radio Biafra is to find a way to talk to me. Is to find a way, call the Texas coordinator and find out whether this man is a member of IPOB in Texas. Or talk to your mobilization, head of mobilization, and ask him whether the name Obi Oramba, is he part of your member? Before you start making this type of remark. Stop disparaging people in America. Don't put all the Biafrans in America in one basket. Is that people, don't be doing that. That is a wrong classification. It's a wrong classification. Stop doing that. That's not how you will get membership in America. Stop doing that. Let's continue with your broadcast.
Not where they belong. We know these are the people always against the leadership of this movement. But there is something my younger brother used to tell me. He said,
nobody is against the leadership of this movement. The problem you have, the problem the leadership have is that you don't want to hear from somebody else. Where somebody else is saying something that is different from what you want to hear, then you start to call that person name. Nobody is against the leadership. Since I've been an IPOB member, I've been paying my dues. I've been following the rules. And so you don't just start talking like that without investigation. Somebody in your position supposed to be making investigation before you come to Radio Biafra to talk. You know, it's not fair. These are the things we want Biafrans to know. So let's continue with his broadcast.
This guy sent this message. I went back, I responded, I told him, please, we have an issue at hand in that place. But this
Chinasa Nworu never responded to all my messages. Like I said, on the night, I sent him a lot of messages on his X handle because I do follow him. I follow him on Twitter. I follow him on Facebook. I listen to all his broadcasts, all the broadcasts that he has made in Radio Biafra. I listened to all of them. So I went to his handle. I sent him messages on the night. And then I also sent him the video which he was circulating on his S handle, where he said that a farm in Anambra State are operating or hired kidnappers or operating with, and I was telling him that is wrong. He shouldn't be spreading that kind of information, that it is wrong. He never responded to me. And then on the 12th, 13th, 15th, 24th, and 27th, I sent him several messages in his messenger, Facebook Messenger. He never responded, not once. I also have my phone number on some of those messages for him to call me. He never called me. He never sent me his number for me to call him. So he never communicated with me. All he did was to jump into Radio Biafra and started speaking. That is not how to treat people. So let's continue with his broadcast.
This message is saying is misinforming. When he said my workers that they came to his farm, I said he's not saying the truth. And for that reason, there is...
The workers I have currently in that farm is Suleiman and one of his wife who are on my payroll. Are they not workers? Suleiman and his wife, his wife has been with us since 2016, before he married a second wife. So Suleiman, and that's his first wife, they are on my payroll. I'm paying them every month. They are my workers. Two of them are my workers. And that was the people I am referring to. So let's continue with his statement. He should have called me. If Chinasa had called me, he wouldn't be making all this mistake, misinforming Biafrans on Radio Biafra. On the same Radio Biafra that Nnamdi Kanu told us that anything we hear from Radio Biafra, we must believe. How will Chinasa Nworu be coming to Radio Biafra and be saying things that is not correct? And why will Chinasa Nworu avoid hearing from me, a family member, an active financial family member? Why can't you hear from me? Let's continue with his broadcast.
There is possibility I will make public what is happening. If people can remember, if you go on my timeline, I wrote ESM, well done for the job, well done. I know why I said it. I have every information. I keep silent for us to, the ESN command, to get a full report. Other people were investigating it. We send in the intel unit to investigate what is happening. Then the man continued to wire some messages. When he sent the message.
So ESN is giving you reports. You also send in some investigative people to go and investigate. And they didn't interview any of my staff. And you, Chinasa, and people working with you cannot even interview me, talk to me, and hear from me before you jump into Radio Biafra. Is that how you people run the movement? Is that how you guys make decisions? Is that how you guys bring the information you feed us on Radio Biafra? Let's continue with his broadcast.
Messages, I'm not responding because we are working on it. I told them, don't worry, I will ask the ESN to send video of what happened so that we can be able to show the world that we are protecting our people. It happens that in this particular location in Okanot, in this place, this man said it's a boundary town, Urum and the Mwabu, in Okanot. There are many farms in that location, and that's the farm many Fulanis used to disturb that area before IPOB leadership instructed that the ESN should do something. And I think today that place is having a little bit peace from the free.
Let me tell you, Chinasa Nworu and the ESN people, you don't understand that environment. That environment, we have been buying properties from that place since the early 1990s. We have a lot of properties around those areas. I was the first person to take a risk to go into that bush and buy 7-acre land. My farm is situated on a 7-acre land. I was the first person to come over there. I was the person building the road when we were building the structures in that farm, because the road wasn't accessible. It was after we established that people started to come over there to buy land, and for other farms to also start to spring up in that place. So as we speak today, there are 3 functional farms, including my own, mine and 2 other ones, operational. The other man who came opposite me closed down. And so there are 3 farms in that bush right now. So let's continue with his broadcast.
Now we realize, even though we have kicked the Fulani herdsmen outside, we realize kidnapping consistently was happening in that axis. People were kidnapping and when they kidnap, before ESN will arrive to the particular point, they disappear. It's very difficult. You looking at cars, you looking to see whether because sometimes they kidnap people, they abandon the cars. So men will be searching. We don't know that these criminals, these Fulani herdsmen, some of them who tend to be working in those farms. So when they kidnap people, why?
Suleiman, my employee, is not a Fulani. It's not a Fulani man. He's not a Fulani man. He is one of those ethnic nationalities in the north. And we have more ethnic nationalities in the north than we have in the south. Those ethnic nationalities are also being persecuted. They're even very badly persecuted and being converted to Islam than what we see in the south. So Suleiman is not a Fulani man. Even if Suleiman is a Fulani man, there's no law prohibiting a Biafran businessman from employing a Fulani man in Biafra land. There was no law against hiring even a Fulani man, even if he's a Fulani man. But Suleiman is not a Fulani man. He's one of the tribes, one of the ethnic nationalities, the tribes in the north. He's not a Fulani man. Let's continue to listen to him.
Why you are thinking they are taking the people outside? They sneak them into the farms in that particular area and hide them. Now, it happens that these 3 people they came from Enugu.
The farm you are referring to is not my farm. My farm is not where the kidnappers keep anybody or sleep. It's not my farm. My farm is not fenced. My farm is an open farm with buildings. There's nowhere I can hide anybody there. And there's a road that passes through it. People passing can see what is going on in that farm. So it's not my farm that you are referring to. That's what I wanted to tell you on the phone. That's what I wanted to tell you privately before you come on Radio Biafra.
And they were kidnapped. We showed a video where they were kidnapped. Somebody in the farm happens to alert another person that they have kidnapped these people because of the gun that were shot. Fortunately for those kidnapped, and unfortunately for the kidnappers, some ESN officers was on patrol, monitoring the area. When they hear the sound of the gun, they were coming closer. People alerted them that people were kidnapped. Then ESN, the rapid response team, responded. They continued to pursue the kidnappers. There were exchange of gunfire, and in the process, ESN subdued 2 of them. 2 people escaped.
From what I was told, the kidnapping occurred where they call youth center. In front of that youth center also, we own 5.5 plots of land. So I understand all of those places. They were kidnapped, according to the information I received, in front of that youth center. And then The kidnappers were caught at Amanuke, another town. They were caught at Amanuke, another town. So when you say they were pursuing them, where are they pursuing them from? Are they pursuing them as they are going to Amanuke? Or are they pursuing them from youth center? Where are they pursuing them from? You have to be getting all the substance of the information. You have to have evidence before you point to my farm that it is my farm. That's why I am responding to you here now to let you know that it's only false accusation, that neither Suleiman nor my farm is involved in that in your story. Let's continue to listen to you.
As two people were escaping, other officers were pursuing them. Two people was caught, and the three men were rescued. Now, on the process, these people ran into, as they were pursuing them, they found that they ran into a particular farm. That is what led ESN to come inside that particular farm.
So let's go by what you are saying. So now, the ESN, we are pursuing the kidnappers, and the kidnappers are looking to where they will hide, and then they ran it towards the direction of my farm. Then that's why ESN will go to my farm and start killing people, and start shooting the cows, and they snatching phone and beating my workers and saying that it's my farm. Is that how to make investigation? Is that how to make decision? Just going by what you just said now, that you are pursuing them and they ran in the direction of my farm, then that will make you to conclude that if you see anybody in my farm, then he's part of the kidnappers. Is that how you make decision? The same way you will then make decision when you watch that video where they ask the kidnappers, where is your leader? And the leader the kidnappers say that their leader is from Oka. Then you will also say, because my manager and I come from Oka, then we are the one that is the leader of the kidnappers. You don't make decision that way. That going by what you said, that even if they were pursuing the kidnapper and they ran towards the direction of my farm, that does not mean that my farm is involved in the kidnapping or my staff was involved. It doesn't mean so. So let's continue with your broadcast.
Not knowing that the people came into the farm and escaped from another route, they didn't have an idea. The operation officers there said, we knew there are many farms here, but we never think in our mind that kidnappers. So when they go into that farm, they saw they trying to shoot. Of course, I heard they found out there are cows there. A cow was killed. I don't know how many cows, and they said the gate was open. Some cows ran out from the farm, and they found out a young lady, a Fulani lady, also in that particular farm.
ESN, like you said, they chase people and they run towards my farm, and then you conclude that my farm is involved in the kidnapping, and that my staff is involved in that kidnapping. That's not how to make decision. That's not how to make decision. And again, my farm is not fenced. It's not gated. So when you say they open the door of the farm and the cows run away, my farm is an open farm. It's not fenced. So ESN came, like you were saying. Let's go to that. When you get to that one, then I will explain it. They came on that 7th. They shot 2 cows dead. And then they met Suleiman on that day, on the 7th. And then they collected his phone up to today. They have not returned his phone. They collected his phone and then beat him before he escaped from them. Let's continue with your broadcast. And then when he escaped, that's when you met one of his wives there. When they met one of his wives.
They asked them, where are these guys? They say they have run away. They have to say, who is the manager of this farm? The ESN in that community, they have to report. And the manager of the farm was summoned. The people they caught were there.
The manager of the farm was never summoned by anybody. It was me, when Kabiri notified me about the incident, that I called my manager and said, did you hear, have you seen Suleiman? He said, yes, that Suleiman is in his office. Then I said, then what are you doing? That I heard that people came to the farm and they shot some cows and everybody ran away from the farm. That you guys should go back to the farm and see what is left. So nobody summoned anybody. They went there by my own instruction to go and find out what was left and what was not left. They were not summoned by anybody. So let's continue.
They said the name of the guy who escaped is Suleiman. Suleiman happens to be the person this our brother employed in his farm. He's the one in charge of his farm.
Suleiman is not my manager. Suleiman is not a kidnapper. Suleiman is my staff. He's not my manager. My manager is my brother who stays in my office at Chinasa Nworu. He's just a staff there. He's not a kidnapper. I have employed him since 2016. I know him. I have worked with him since 2016. Myself go to that farm 3 or 4 times in a week or daily, depending on what we are doing. Because when we started that farm, we started with 1,100 plantain, 60 pigs, fish, broilers and layers, ducks, and local chicken, and few goats. That was what we used to start that farm. So Suleiman is not a kidnapper. You don't brand somebody kidnapper without investigation, without evidence. There's no evidence linking my farm or Suleiman to the kidnapping. Let's continue with Chinasa.
One day that went for the operation, when our brother sent this message, he said they came to his farm. He never told the story. He never opened his mouth to say the story. Now, at the end of the day, when the manager of the farm was summoned, asked him.
Now, look at when he said, when the manager of the farm was summoned, but he had said earlier that Suleiman is the manager of the farm. Suleiman is not the manager of the farm. My brother is the manager of the farm. He stays in our head office at Chinasa Nworu. So, and I am the one that sent them. Nobody summoned them. I am the one that sent them on that 7th to go back to the farm and see and recover our livestock, because the ESM people have threatened Suleiman, saying that they will kill him if they see him in that farm. And so my manager and my 2 other staff then came to the farm with my in-law that afternoon, and then they moved away everything Suleiman had from that farm to the town. So nobody summoned them. On the 8th, when I came back from work here, in the night of 7th, around to 10 to 10 here, which is about to 4 in Nigeria, I called my manager and said, go with my in-law and 2 of my staff, go and get vigilante from Mbaku. Pay them. Let 4 or 5 of them carry gun and follow you people to go to the farm in the morning with Suleiman. Go there in the morning on the 8th with Suleiman, so that you go and find where all the cows are to recover them back, because our farm is not fenced. All the cows ran away into the bush. So nobody summoned anybody. Nobody summoned anybody. I am the one directing them what to do from here, because they are my workers. Let's continue with Chinasa.
What happened? He said he never knew. This our brother was trying to defend Suleiman. He was trying to say Suleiman so place, I am this, I am an industrialist. He start to tell stories, he start to blackmail.
Yes, Chinasa, I'm an industrialist. I'm an industrialist, or call it an entrepreneur, or call it a businessman, or even when all we can find it out before you were to be Radio Biafra. All we can find it out. Ozorezo. I have operated Spring Tech Stable Water. I have operated Simple Tech Pharmacy. I have operated Chukwuka Block Industry and Developers. I have operated Trackatronics Security Company, which I brought from Lagos. So why am I not an industrialist? I also operating this farm. In fact, 2 farms we have right now. So I am an industrialist. You should have found out this before you come to Radio Biafra. That's the right thing to do. You don't just wake up and get information from one side and you jump to Radio Biafra and you are talking. How many of your kinsmen have gone to Nigeria and established into Biafra land? These investments are not, my investments are not in Lagos or Abuja or it's in Biafra land. In Oka South or North, it's in Biafra land. I'm investing in Biafra land. I didn't wait for IPOB to tell me to go and invest in. I've been investing, my family have been investing in Biafra land for so many, many years. Even before Nandikan started. So you should have gotten this information. I am an industrialist. So don't be disparaging people. Don't be bringing people down. Because I don't know how many companies you have in Biafra land. I don't know how many companies you have by proxy. Even if you can't be by say, how many do you have as a proxy in Biafra land? You should have found out whom I am. That's why I've been trying to reach you. And you failed to communicate with me. Because you felt that I am nobody. I'm one of those nonchalant people. I am not. That's why I'm trying to respond to you today through this Nkola Mahadum. Let's continue to listen to you.
Chinasa Nworu want to take his farm. I was looking at this. I have all the messages he sent. I never responded to it. I tell the people in America.
Now you have heard him say that all the messages he was receiving from me, he never responded. But initially he said that he responded. That all the messages he received from me, he never responded. Why wouldn't you respond to my messages? An active IPOB family member, financial member, an industrialist, and other things I have accomplished in life, that if you call me privately, then you will know whom you are dealing with. That's what you should have done.
ESN are doing their job. They are reporting to IPOB leadership what is happening. And decisions are being taken. At the end of this issue, this man in his message here, he said something. Them asked Chinasa Nworu, allow my farm to reopen because my property will be battered.
Yeah, Mr. Chinasa, our GOC, because our nege even we know. Even in the here, Odroma. Even doing in the should have been avoided if you had spoken with me. I wrote everything I wrote for you. I included my phone number. You never care to respond to me. There was no time I was saying that you were trying to take my farm. I never said something like that. All I was saying is for you to reopen my farm, to tell ESN to leave me alone, to tell ESN to leave my workers alone, to leave my farm alone, that Suleiman is not a kidnapper, that my farm is not involved in kidnapping. That's all I was telling you. I've never said that you want to take my farm. Take my farm for what? Take my farm for what? Let's continue to listen to Chinasa Nworu.
Stop inviting my manager-in-law to the office to pay millions for bullets. Stop harassing my staff. The man started talking all kind of...
These are facts. They are not all. They are not what you are calling them. That's why you should have listened to me. The question is, why can't you listen to me? Why can't you communicate with me? Am I not a human being? Am I not a Biafran? Am I not a family member? A financial member for that matter? Why can't you communicate with me? You don't treat people like that. Please stop treating people like that. It's not good. Even if I'm not a family member and this thing occurred to somebody that's not even that is in Nigeria, and he's raising an alarm for you to talk to him, for you to hear his voice, you wouldn't even care. That is not good. That's not the type of Biafra we are looking for. Let's continue to listen to Chinasa.
So refund 10,000 naira collected from. He started talking. I said, does this man really know?
Yes, Mr. Chinasa, GOC. ESN people collected 10,000 naira from my staff. They collected 10,000 naira. When they want to give them the money, they say they don't take money by hand. They have to keep it on the floor. They placed the 10,000 on the floor for them, and they collected the 10,000. These are fast. They are fast. They tell them they will pay. The other one says 1 million. The other one says 2.5 million for bullets. And also, your head of mobilization, also the message he sent to my WhatsApp, he was confirming that we should pay that bullet money. You should be getting your information right before you come to Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra is a hallowed platform, and your position in the movement, you don't supposed to be, spreading information without getting all the facts together. Yes, my GOC, the ESM people collected 10,000 naira from my people. They also collected Suleiman's phone number on the 7th. So these are facts. These are not makeup. That's why you should have talked to me. Let's continue to listen to you.
What is happening on ground? The people say he promised in one of his messages when we told him bring Suleiman. He said he have tried to reach to Suleiman, that Suleiman was introduced to him.
That is not true. This thing you are saying today in Radio Biafra is the first time I am hearing it. There was no time. Those ESN operatives told any of my staff or myself to bring Suleiman, and we said no. There was no time. After that 7th incident, Suleiman was the first staff to come to that farm on Tuesday morning. When he came there, ESN people arrested him and tied him up. We're to be in one of the rooms. They arrested him. So when I called on the morning of Tuesday, when I woke up here, that was afternoon, I called my manager to know how they have went. That was when my manager told me that they are here with those people. Oh. I said, eh? He said, yes. So I was asking him, where was Suleiman? He told me he never see Suleiman, not knowing that the ESM people have already arrested Suleiman and tied him and put him in one of the rooms. There was no time anybody requested for Suleiman to be brought, and we did not bring Suleiman to anybody. There was no request for that. I'm just sharing that the first time on Radio Biafra, which is a lie. That's what Biafrans, this is what I want you to know. Chinasa Nworu didn't do his work. He refused to talk to me. He refused to get the facts from me before coming to Radio Biafra. And that is not good. That is not good for all Biafrans. It happened to me here because I am able to establish this platform to communicate with you. If not, there's no way you can hear my side of the story. I was shut out, shut down, shut up. That's not the type of Biafra we are looking for.
By one Kabiru in 2016. It's not our problem. But we need this Suleiman who is harboring kidnappers in this place who have been carrying out kidnapping activities.
My farm and Suleiman never harbor any kidnapper in my farm. Go and carry out your investigation properly. Go to the Akeze village, that village in Urum that is closer to the farm. Go and ask her about me. Go and ask her about the farm. Go and get your information right. That's why all I am asking for is proper investigation. You cannot ask the perpetrator of the crime to be the judge. ESN, who perpetrated the crime, will not be the judge again. That's not how to do things. You have to get an independent investigator to investigate what happened. That's what you need to do, Chinasa. That's what you need to do. You don't make conclusions like that.
Activities here. This is whom we want. He promised that the following day he will provide Suleiman. He said, I'm calling his number now.
Like I said, there was no request for Suleiman to be produced. What happened was, on that Tuesday morning, Suleiman was the first person to come to that farm. After that 7th incident, when ESN came to my farm and shot and killed 2 cows and seized his phone and beat him up and he escaped, he was the first person to come to that farm on Tuesday in the morning to wait for my manager to come. If his hand is in that kidnapping, he would have run away. But he was the first person to come there. And the ESN operatives arrested him, tied him down, and put him in one of those rooms, and he managed to escape from that. They would have killed him. They would have killed an innocent person. And nobody requested for us to produce Suleiman, and we said no. Because after that incident, Suleiman was injured. I have to send him 40,000 to go to treatment, to go and treat himself, and give him some few days off to take care of himself. And after he recovered from some of his wounds, that was when I deployed him to another department to continue working. So there was no request for Suleiman to be produced, and we said no. That's a lie.
Now, it's written here. He said, I'm calling his number. His number is not going. I will produce Suleiman the following day. I'm telling Biafran, this is from 8th of August.
This is not true. What happened in 8th of August is that when I called my manager to know what was going on, my manager told me that they are here with those people. Oh. I said, okay. So as we were talking on the phone, I asked him, where is Suleiman? He said that he didn't see Suleiman. I said, okay, no problem. And then one of those ESM people took the phone from him. And then I was talking with that one of the I don't know if it's their leader or something. I spoke with them for some time on that Tuesday, explaining to them that my farm is not involved in the kidnapping. Suleiman is not involved in the kidnapping. It's been our statement from day one. And all we are asking Chinasa Nworu and IPOB is to make thorough investigation. We understand the work of ESN. If they go to the bush to drive away Fulani herdsmen, that's what we send them to do. But with anything concerning Biafran businessman, you have to investigate it properly. You don't just make decisions like that. That's the only thing we are begging. We are asking Chinasa Nworu to make a better investigation about what happened. That my farm and Suleiman are not involved in that incident.
This is what the men on ground told him. Say, if you don't produce Suleiman, we want to destroy this farm because you are harboring kidnappers. If you don't produce Suleiman, you will pay us the bullets used in this exchange of fire with kidnappers.
There was never a time they told any of my staff that if we don't produce Suleiman, that we will pay for bullets. It was never a condition. There was never a time they say produce Suleiman. Suleiman is not a kidnapper. You don't just start to accuse somebody that he's a kidnapper without evidence. What evidence do you have? If Suleiman is a kidnapper, on that 7th day, that first day that you came and met him, you should have arrested him that day. You should not just take his phone that day and beat him and allow him to escape. You should have arrested him that day and then display him in that video with other kidnappers. Then they'll be saying, yeah, the other kidnappers will be saying, yes, they are sleeping in Suleiman's farm. That's how to get evidence. But on that 7th, you left him. And then on the 8th, again, when he was the first to go to that farm, you also met him there, you arrested him, and you allowed him to escape. So Suleiman never is not a kidnapper and never harbor any kidnapper. My farm doesn't hire any kidnapper. In one of Chinasa's video, he said that a farm in Anambra hiring kidnappers. My farm doesn't hire no kidnapper. That's not how to do things, my brothers. So let's continue with Chinasa.
That is what the people on ground say. The leadership of IPOB is not involved in this. But that is to push him to.
It is good to listen to people on the ground and also listen to the owner of the farm. You can't just be listening to one side. That's why this story you are telling is just one-sided. One-sided story is Jungle justice. We don't need jungle justice in Biafra. We are fighting for justice in Nigeria. How can you be bringing jungle justice in a case involving a Biafran businessman? You should have heard from me. You are hearing from one side. What you are presenting is from one side. And that's not supposed to be the case. You understand? So let's move ahead.
To bring Suleiman. And as he's listening now, did he provide Suleiman the debt from 8th of August till today? He could not provide Suleiman.
Biafrans.
He started blackmailing that Chinasa Nworu want to take his farm. I don't know.
Biafrans, this is a lie. There was never a time there was a condition to produce Suleiman. There was never a time. I have said it how many times here? There was never a time. So Chinasa Nworu is only presenting one-sided story, which is not what we want in Biafra land. You have to give people opportunity to hear from both sides so you can make a good decision. You don't make decisions like this. People in leadership should not be making decisions like this.
How our people, and this is somebody in America, and I want to take his farm, I want to do this, his farm, he invested 200 million. He is not talking about those people that were kidnapped, that were.
There was never a time I was accusing you that you want to take my farm, Chinasa. I never accused you. I was just telling you that the farm, we have invested so much. The farm is sited on a 7-acre land, that we have invested so much in that land, even more than that amount you are mentioning. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you want to take my farm. No, I never said something like that. How can you take my farm? And you are saying that, yes, people are they the first people to be kidnapped in Biafra land? You have attested that there are so many kidnappings in Biafra land. Does those one concern me? Oh yes, as a human being, I will feel that people were kidnapped. But when you point to the wrong direction, then you are making a mistake too. You don't point to innocent farm or innocent staff like Suleiman and start to say that he is a kidnapper. Then you want me to talk about those kidnapped and not talk about the thing that concern me personally. How can you reason like that?
We are rescued. You don't want to talk about it. Because we know he is an IPOB member, according to what he said. Yes, he is. But they are those people I always fighting the IPOB leadership. If not, Chineke is some of them all. And I didn't know about that. It's just most of recent I knew.
Chinasa Nworu, I never fought against the IPOB leadership. I never did. The first problem we have was when you came to the meeting of USA IPOB National, where I made a comment that you guys were trying to give somebody a higher position in the national, somebody that had problem in the states with the regional coordinator and the state coordinator. You wanted to give him a national appointment. And I said, that's not the right way to do it. That somebody that is being accused of mismanaging money in the state and at the national, you want to give him appointment. You want to elevate him, give her higher office. And I said, that's not the right way to do it. That she should step aside for somebody to occupy that position. It does not mean that I am against the leadership. Go and listen to some of the lectures we have delivered at Nkola Mahadum. One of them, Tinubu or Nigerian government should obey court order. You will see the position of Nkola Mahadum and my position about IPOB leadership. I'm not against you and can never be against you. So I am not against IPOB leadership. Another issue why you will claim I am against IPOB leadership was that there was a lady in Texas who was suspended by the Texas coordinator. And in a meeting for Texas, the head of mobilization brought that lady into that meeting. And I told them in that meeting that that was wrong. You do not bring somebody that is suspended by the Texas coordinator into Texas meeting without resolving that problem first. And the head of mobilization told me that told us that he'd been trying to resolve it at the back. Yes, finish it at the back before you bring her to the meeting. Because if you are doing that, you are undermining the authority of the Texas coordinator. And this is correct. So do not misunderstand people when they are trying to protect the movement. My position is to protect the movement. I'm not here I'm not against the leadership. I am not. And don't be blackmailing. You are the one blackmailing people. You don't know whom I am, and you say I'm blackmailing the leadership because I have a different viewpoint. So you want a Biafra where there will be no other people's viewpoints? Let's continue.
On the line, I asked the people, I said, where is Suleiman? When he started to blackmail me, blackmail everybody, we do not have option that we gave the men an operation in that area to lock down the farm until he provides Suleiman.
That is again, there was no blackmailing. What happened was that I was updating the Texas IPOB platform on Signal about what I have done so far. On the 15th, I told them how I have contacted people that I know and follow, people like Isaiah Oba. I follow him. I listen to everything, all his broadcasts. People like Mas Jonathan, Jonathan. I follow him. I listen to all his broadcasts. Chike Doziem, I got his number from the coordinator, from Texas coordinator. So I sent him a message through the WhatsApp platform. I just told him all the efforts I have made so far, so that I can be heard, so that my own view can be heard. That's all I wrote on the 15th of August, about 8 days after the incident. Nobody have given me opportunity to hear from the owner of the farm, who happened to be also a family member and a principal officer for that matter. Nobody want to hear from me. If this had happened to somebody else, is this how you're going to be treated? I don't think that is right.
Suleiman is a kidnapper. He put in his farm. The least we expected to hear from this our brother to say, hey, my...
Suleiman is not a kidnapper. It's not a kidnapper. Don't be making that statement without evidence. There's no concrete evidence linking Suleiman to that kidnapping. My farm is very far away from youth center. My farm approximately will be between 2 or 3 miles from that youth center. There's another farm closer to that youth center, if you don't know, with fence. Go and do your job. That's all I'm asking for. Do a thorough investigation. Don't be biased. Do a thorough investigation, and you will find out that my farm and Suleiman will be exonerated. We have been there since 2016. We are not new in the business. We are not new in that area.
My brothers, I didn't know Suleiman was involved in this kind of thing. Please, you understand me? You know I am far away here. I brought Suleiman. I never knew Suleiman and bring him. You have a farm. You don't know how many people.
That's not true. My farm is a well-run farm. It's well organized and well staffed. Like I said, my head office is at Chinasa Nworu. We have a shuttle and a driver. We have another farm that works at Chinasa Nworu. So my manager goes to the farm all the time. I mean, we don't have anybody in that farm except Suleiman and his 2 wives. There's nobody. What Chinasa and ESM will have done is to bring those kidnappers. Let them point to the room where they are sleeping. Let them come to the pod. You do video with them and say, hey, okay, be pointing to where you say, bring them. They'll be pointing to my farm and say, hey, this is where they are sleeping. Okay, show me to the room. Go to the room where yes, they take them to the room. That's what you should have done. Show the rooms, see their bag. We see their bag. Somebody sleeping somewhere. We have a bag. We have a leftover that he left before he went to that kidnapping. You will see something. We must see knife or see some weapon or clothes or something. You cannot start to accuse somebody without no physical evidence. It's not done anywhere. And that's not the type of Biafra we are looking for.
People in your farm, they were staying there, 4 of them, including Suleiman with another lady. So they were 5. But he's telling us you employ Suleiman only. And at the initial time, he said, my workers, he included all of them as his workers. Instead for this year.
The problem we have in Igbo land and in Africa, and that is why we established this in Kolomahadum, is English language. It's not our language. Suleiman and his wife, who are on my payroll, how am I going to describe them? Are they not workers? Chinasa Nworu, two people working, are they not workers? Come on, stop misleading our people. That's a wrong information. Suleiman and his wife on my payroll are the workers I am referring to. There's no other workers that are employed in my farm or are coming to my farm to do any other thing. There's none. I am only apologizing for you to go and do a thorough investigation. What you have presented to our people on the hallowed platform of IPOB, Radio Biafra, is wrong. It's very, very, very wrong. I did a thorough investigation.
This is my farm. I don't know. Talk to these guys. I never knew this guy. When say Nayana got a mobile yapona, so no like I got
inu ị na-atụ ebe anụnwa ọ dabara. Inu ị na-atụ ebe ọ dabara. Ị ma na I've been listening to your broadcast, in a broadcast we na-atụ inu. Inuainayatu at this time with kidnapping, which has nothing to do with my farm or Suleiman. You want any physical evidence? You want any evidence in way to show that this kidnapping, the link to my farm and Suleiman, and you are using this type of proverb to qualify what you are saying. That is deceiving our people. It's not right. Go ahead.
You can't be in America and you are defending kidnappers. He knows. He now done it because he feels he knows how to speak English. He said that we are disturbing indigenous Northerners working for him. I look at this man, I say,
that's what you are doing. And that's the mistake we should not be making. Because these indigenous Northerners is the people we have to be weighing. Especially the good ones, like Suleiman. You don't disparage them. You don't put all Northerners in one basket. That's not how it's done. These are the people that will help us to achieve what we want to achieve. You don't lump them into one group. You don't do something like that. And somebody like you is supposed to know better.
These people in America, something is wrong with their mindset. Some of them, I don't mean all of them.
This idea of insulting people in America as if every other person is a saint is wrong. If you see somebody like me, if you come to Western education, well educated, with excellency. All my courses is excellent. A successful businessman investing in Biafra land and have done so many things that you and even your relatives cannot do. Me, Obi Oramba. You don't qualify people like in America like that. America, people, that's what you guys need to know. The way you guys are disparaging people, talking down on people, it's not good. You talk to people in America as if they're chaps. They're not chaps. You are not better than us. A lot of us in America are professionals and business people. And you should know how to manage us. You don't manage us like any other person. People you talk down on. You don't bring people into an organization to talk down on them, to spite on them. You don't do that. Let's continue to listen to Chinasa.
Because I expected the man to say, hey, we are talking about a kidnapping issue. If IPOB is working with the government, we will send it to the state government. They will come and demolish the place. But because we are community-based,
you will send it to the place with concrete evidence. You cannot just bring more charges like that and say without no evidence. What evidence do you have? You should have called me and show me the evidence privately before you come on Radio Biafra, or come on Radio Biafra with evidence. All the things you are just accusing. You are accusing that they ran in the direction of my farm. Then you conclude that my farm and Suleiman are part of the kidnapping people. They are not, Chinasa. They are not. That's what I want you to know. You don't make decisions like that.
Security network. Things that belong to our people cannot be destroyed. We try to protect it. That is why we gave the order. The farm should be shut down until he provides Suleiman. And from 8th of August, today is 31st, he could not provide Suleiman.
Okay, so you decided to shut the farm down without even talking to me. Upon all the efforts I made on your S handle, from the night, I sent you a lot of information, put my phone number, asking you to call me or to give me your number so I can call you. On your Facebook Messenger, I sent messages on the 12th, 13th, 15th, 24th, 27th, asking you that I want to talk to you. You refuse to talk to me. And then you are making this kind of decision. and then you brought it on the hallowed platform. We cannot be destroying ourselves in this way. We are only destroying ourselves. That's not how to go. It's not how to go, Chinasa.
He could not. If we say he's an accomplice with Suleiman, people will say, oh, why? He's in America. We cannot say he's working.
No, you can easily say that I'm an accomplice, because when they interviewed the kidnappers, the two kidnappers you people caught at Amanuke, you call them at Amanuke, a different town. They said that their leader is at Oka. Then we said that because I'm from Oka and because my manager is from Oka, then we are the sponsors of the kidnappers. Is that how we reason? We should be reasoning in IPOB? Is that how we should be reasoning in Biafra land? Is it how we should be reasoning when we get Biafra? The answer is no. Nkola Mahadum cannot reason like that. Obi Oramba cannot reason like that with you. Let's continue with Chinasa.
Working with Suleiman. We cannot say that, but we can also, if we want to be a little bit mean, we will say they know what is happening there. But we know we don't want to go to damage. Then he was in America.
No, you can easily say whatever you want because you are in a position to do so. You are in charge of ESN. You are in charge of Radio Biafra. Now, that's why you can do whatever you want. And people will believe you. And that's why we are coming on air at Nkola Mahadum, so that people will hear the truth. So the truth is what we are telling you here. And we want this information to get to you, so you can listen to us and hear us out and call me or give me my number to call you. I still want to talk to you. You don't treat people like this, my brother. You don't do that.
Claiming that Chinasa Nworu want to come and I want to come from where to take his farm. The farm is spent 200 million. It's not blackmailing IPOB leadership. Blackmail.
I have never accused you of coming to take my farm. I have never. In all the write-ups I made, if Biafrans can see all the write-ups I am writing to you, I have never said you want to claim my farm. I have never said so. So that's a lie. I am not blackmailing your name. All the messages I sent to you were private. The ones I sent to you in your Twitter handle was a private message. The messages I sent to you on your Facebook Messenger were a private message. The same way I sent to Jonathan Chinedu, and Chinedu called me and we spoke. They were private messages. I didn't put it on the public platform. I never did. I wasn't blackmailing anybody. I was just saying that I want to talk to you. I'm begging you to talk to me. I was begging you, Chinasa, to talk to me, to hear from me before you start talking this type of things, that it is wrong. That's what I was doing. I was begging, pushing, begging for you to talk to me, but you refuse to do so. Why should you refuse to talk to me? Am I your boy? Am I your boy? Things I have accomplished in Biafra land, have any of your people in your village abroad did the same thing? Can they do what I have done? How much have they invested in Biafra land? That you cannot talk to me. That you are insulting me. You are talking down on me. That's not how to manage people.
I said, this man must be crazy. And the ESN command decided to...
Chinasa Nworu, I am not crazy. I'm not crazy. I don't know what, I'm a successful Biafran here in America. And I don't know how people talk down on people in America. Stop talking down on people on America, people you don't know. The simple thing you will have done, you can even go to my Twitter handle and see how I share your messages. See the type of messages I share on my Twitter handle. That's one way for you to know who I am. You can go to my Facebook page, see the type of messages I'm sharing. You know the type of person I am. You don't start saying that somebody is crazy, abusing people. Is that how we will get that Biafra? Is that the type of Biafra we are fighting for? Come on, my brother. We have to change course. You guys have to change course the way you guys are treating people from America. You are insulting people, talking down on people who have achieved a lot in Biafra land. That's not right. You need to know me. When you know whom I am, then you should know, you will know that you have made a lot of mistakes by talking down on me, saying, am I crazy? You should be watching your language. The language you are using on your own person. An Igbo person like you, a family member like you, who is working hard for us to get Biafra.
Lock that hand and shut it down until he provides us Suleiman. But after we have finished investigation, we found out that he cannot bring Suleiman. Suleiman is already in the north, or Suleiman is inside 82 deep. Because that is where most of these Fulani kidnappers, when they commit certain crimes and they are being chased around, they run into the military base. They have resident permits in most of the military base. Since 8th of August, if he could not provide Suleiman, he said, give me the following day. After 72 hours, he could not provide. We are talking about 1 month now, 3 weeks.
Like I have said earlier, we never talk about producing Suleiman or not producing Suleiman. It never came up at any time during this incident. And Chinasa will have talked to me. All the effort I made. Biafrans, you have seen it. From the night I sent Chinasa Nworu a lot of messages on his X handle, and he got all those messages. He confirmed he got them. And my number and name is on those messages. Why can't he call me? Why can't he give me his number to call him so he can talk to me? Biafrans, you guys be the judge, because it's very, very painful what Chinasa did to me. Let's continue to listen to him.
You could not provide Suleiman. We do not want to harm your business. And this evening, after this broadcast, the ESN command will open your farm so that you go back and continue your business. But please, stop all this unnecessary blackmail when we are fighting to restore peace in Biafra land.
Thank you very much for reopening my farm. That is the right thing to do. I know I have lost a lot. I'm not going to enumerate how much I have lost since the ESN invaded my farm without evidence that my farm nor Suleiman is involved in that in that kidnapping that happened at youth center. We are not involved. The kidnappers were arrested at Amanuke, another town. And if they are running and they run towards the direction of my farm, that doesn't mean that my farm is involved. That does not mean that Suleiman is involved. That's not true. My friend, let us be reasonable. Let's continue to listen to Chinasa.
When we are fighting to crop Fulani herdsmen in Biafra land, the support you people will be giving us is to blackmail those fighting for you people. Blackmail those who are...
Nobody is blackmailing you, Chinasa. I have not blackmailed you until this incident happened. After this incident, I never blackmailed you. I was only trying to get your attention. I was only trying to have you talk to me first. Hear from me. Hear from a Biafran. Hear from a family member that owns this farm before you go public, before you start posting all your videos that a farm in Anambra is hiring kidnappers, a farm in Anambra is harboring kidnappers. That's not right. That's why I make all the effort through the mobilization leader to make sure that he give me your number. I told him to give me your number. I need to talk to you. But he decided to shut me down.
Men are sleeping in the bushes, looking for these Fulani herdsmen that are kidnapping, committing all kind of crime. They ask this man talking, have you supported this ESN? They have never supported ESN. He's not the only one who have farm in that axis. There are many.
Chinasa Nworu, you see, you don't stop making this type of accusation. You see, you have to be doing your homework before you come on air. Before you reach any conclusion, always do your homework. Somebody at your level, at IPOB leadership. Before now, I almost agree with everything you are saying on Radio Biafra anytime you come up. But with this type of statements that are false, that you're bringing on Radio Biafra, that is indirectly bringing the movement down. You're bringing Radio Biafra down. Radio Biafra, which I am advertising at in Column Hadum as the place to get the correct message for Biafrans, as stated by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are going there to say things that are not true. That I have not supported ESN. I was just going through my list, and I saw that on December 8th, 2022, I paid $400 to be used as follows. $200 for ESN fundraising for December 3rd, 2022. And then $200 for my November and December dues. This was in 2022. And then in 2023, December 13th, 2023, I paid $300 as follows, to be used as follows. ESN fundraising pledge fulfillment. The pledge I made for ESN, $200 to fulfill that pledge, $200. And then $100 for my monthly due for December 2022. And I don't owe any money since I become a family member. I don't owe any money. In 2022, I paid all my dues. I have been paying my dues, both IPOB dues and ESN dues, from January to this August. And it was on the 7th of that incident I paid for the month of August. So I have been a supporter of ESN. And before even 2022, I was making donation to that Chase account. There's a Chase account you guys had before, that before I even became a family member, I was making personal donation to that account. And so I am a staunch supporter of ESN. And also, since the inception of Nkoloma Hadum, we have also been, in our closing remark, encouraging our people to support ESN. I sent you some videos. You should have watched those videos. Go down, watch the videos to the end, and you will see at the end of that video where I am advertising ESN. So that's what I'm saying. You don't know whom I am. You need to talk to me. Don't be treating people like this. Don't be roping everybody into one basket. People are different. There are more hardcore Biafrans than you think in the USA, than anywhere in the world, if you don't know. They are hardcore Biafrans like me. And you may not even be more hardcore than myself, irrespective that you are in that position that you are. You may not be more hardcore than myself, of which Nnamdi Kanu said, the 100 men. That 100 men, what he means by that is the people that will stand for Biafran restoration, even at gunpoint. You're ready to die for Biafra at gunpoint. That's what he meant by 100 men. And Obi Oramba is one of them. So let's continue to listen to Chinasa.
Are many farms in that place? The people that were rescued, we show their faces so that somebody can go to ask them if they want to ask them. Were they kidnapped? Where were they kidnapped? The videos of where they were kidnapped were there. Outskirts from his farm. Something like a kilometer from his farm.
Like I said, Chinasa doesn't know the area. He's lying. He just, following what they're telling him. But you're supposed to hear from me now. Like I said earlier, there's a farm closer. There's another farm closer to that youth center where they were kidnapped. My farm is away further down, maybe 2 to 3 miles away from that youth center. But there's a farm closer, which is about a mile or so. It's not that farm is not my farm. That's what I'm saying. Chinasa, you need to talk to me. Why are you running away from talking to me? Why can't you? What have I done? What offense have I committed that will prevent you from talking to me upon all the effort I've made?
And all he could do was to blackmail Chinasa Nworu personally. He took it personally. Calling Chinasa Nworu. There was nothing he wrote.
Chinasa, if you can recall, I never talked to you since I became a family member. I never called you for anything. It is this incident that happened, of which I know, everybody know that you are the GOC of ESN. That's all I was trying to reach you. I'm not calling you Chinasa Nworu, Chinasa. I know that you're the one that can help me. I'm only looking for your help. I'm only looking for you to hear me out, to hear from me. Because myself that is wearing the shoe, know where it is paining me. That's the effort I'm making. I'm not trying to call your name or to blackmail you. What kind of blackmail? I'm only saying that you should talk to you. You should talk to me. That I am the one that owns that farm. That's all I'm trying to say in my messages.
He did not mention Chinasa Nworu. So much. They can never say anything without calling Chinasa Nworu. People we are fighting for.
GOC Chinasa Nworu, your name adro sweeter than my own. Obioramba is my name. Adro sweeter than my name. And don't at any point in time, inchogo for anything, more for anything. I was only calling you because you are in charge of ESN. It's your job. That's why I was trying to reach you. That's what I was mentioning you. Because everybody knows that you are the one in charge of it. You are the one that can help me. How can I be in an organization and I have a problem and somebody to solve it is available and I was trying to reach that person to help me and that person cannot even answer me? Is that how to run an organization? That's not how to run an organization. That's all I'm doing to reach you. I'm not reaching you because your name is sweet or your name is better than mine. No. It's just by virtue of your position that you are in a position to stop ESN. That's why I'm trying to reach you, my brother.
How many of them are supporting ESN? From 2021, most of them stopped because they wanted ESN to collapse. Communities can give testimonies what the job ESN have done in most communities.
You see, Chinasa, you shouldn't be lumping everybody in one basket. I went back to Nigeria with my family in 2014. I sold my house here in America and went with my family to live in Nigeria in 2014. And I came back to America in 2019. And even before that, I've been following Nnamdi Kanu since he started in 2009 or earlier than that. Since he started, I was following him. And so I just came back to America in 2019. And my family just rejoined me back in 2021. And so I've been trying to settle down here. Even there was a time during the previous Texas coordinator, when we were in the Pearland unit, when he became the Texas coordinator, he wanted me to be the coordinator for Pearland. I said, no, I don't have the time now. I'm still trying to settle. So stop lumping people together. People are different. We have hardcore Biafrans in America, but you have to know how to manage them. You know how to get them into the movement, and you know how to manage them. Don't be managing them autocratically, talking down on them, disparaging them, abusing them, insulting them. That's not how to manage people. Because I also did masters in business administration and human management. So let's continue.
It's not that we cannot cover, but we lack the support to carry a robust operation in Biafra land. And any day we got that robust operation, robust support, you will see what will happen in Biafra land. Any day. Those who want to support.
Chinasa, again, let me advise you. You see, you guys are missing the point when it comes to people in America. You guys don't understand people in America. And I am volunteering. I'm going to give you a free consultation. IPOB, come to me for free consultation. I will give you information on how to build a robust IPOB in America. When you have a robust IPOB in America, you can raise hundreds of thousands of naira when you do fundraising. Even on the monthly basis, you're going to be making hundreds or tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, in the monthly fundraising in America here. It's not that the fund in America can fund much, but it will go a long way. It is not the way you guys treated me that you will expect people in my class to join you and continue to receive this type of treatment. Remember, when I joined IPOB, I didn't tell anybody anything. I didn't tell you I had a farm. Did I tell you I had pharmacy or block industry? Or other investments I have in Nigeria? Did I tell you? Did I tell any of our members here? No.
If you don't support also, it's not going to stop because this is a divine mission. But any day ESN receive that robust oppression from our people, I tell you, Fulani herdsmen will have no place to contain them. Even the criminal. Some of them are using uncompleted houses. Some of them are using all these places, committing all kind of havoc. They are not in the bushes. Let me tell you something, most of the kidnappers are no more in the bushes. They are not in the bushes any longer because they know ESN is in the bushes. It's like any kidnapper cannot stay in any forest in Abia State. Because it's just a matter of time, we will catch you. So this is for people to know, people you leave your houses for, make sure the tenants living in your houses, make sure you know who you rented your houses to. It's very, very important because what they do, they rent a house, they come there, they organize, they gather that place, they launch operation. They don't go to the bushes again because they know likely they will be caught in the bushes. They don't settle in the bushes any longer. Apart from in Imo State. Even in Imo State, most of these criminals are not in the bush. They work with the military, some of the corrupt military and police. When the military and politicians, when the military plan operation, their informants will inform them that the military is coming. You see all of them, they will leave the bushes, go into the nearby homes. They will when the military went there, they will throw all their bomb. After they destroy people's houses, after they finish that, they go home, they came out again, they take phone. Tell them we are here, they are here, they throw us all there. All these are all rubbish. This is what is happening in Imo State. They sabotage themselves. The police, the military, the politicians, they sabotage themselves. Because some of them are getting, on the kidnapping cases, the military are getting, some of the military officers are getting commission. Some of the police officers, some traditional rulers, when they are going to Osuna or Sumo to burn, somebody will inform them, either from the vigilante people who is coming with them, or some of the police, they say, we are coming. They will all move out. Move out to the safe places in people's home, flashy homes. They will stay there. When they finish bombing in the bushes, they return back to the bushes. That's what they are doing. That's what the criminals are doing. In Imo State is where it's happening. In Anambra, most of them they are not in the bush. They are in people's houses. They raided. They gather there, they go and launch operation, they go. Because they know ESN is in the bush, and the order is, if you found Fulani herdsmen in the bush, you find criminals in the bush, don't let anyone go. The Biafran bushes are meant for farming. We want to make sure our people are producing enough food for themselves. Make sure we produce enough food that people can even sell to make money. That is the major work of ESN. And for that reason, we are not giving any chance for the criminals to stay inside the bushes or destroy our people's farm. All these Fulani, Marudin Fulani herdsmen. Also, let me repeat, today, the ESN has been given an order that the farm of Obi Orapa, who has been blackmailing this leadership, we are not opening that farm because it's because we know you can't provide Suleiman. You don't know what Suleiman is doing. So there is no need to suffer you. We are not asking you any money. We are not asking, but the farm was shut so that you do your worst. Because you are blackmailing people working for you. You're blackmailing them of 10,000 naira. What a rubbish. What is 10,000 naira?
You see, Chinasa Biko, you see, this is the things in nature can correct here because it has never made this type of mistake. In a blackmail. What blackmail? When anybody a blackmail? I was only talking to people, sending message to Isaiah Oba, whom I've been respecting and following, to help me to reach out to you. I was sending messages to Jonathan Chinedu, whom I've been listening to be able to in their private messages, not public. I wasn't blackmailing anybody. I wasn't blackmailing anybody. I wasn't blackmailing anybody.
They are asking your brother 10,000 naira.
And 10,000 naira issue, I've said it before. Yes, they collected 10,000 naira from my people. They collected it. I'm not here to lie. What is 10,000 naira? 10,000 naira nwere mmego mana oriken mana opekene. Ọ bụ na be were ma gwa na ba wele. Phone Suleiman ba na alia. Ọ bụ na ba na phone ya, ma sị na ba na alia phone ya. Anara ma ashi. I'm not a liar. And I'm one of the best Biafrans you can get in America. In this world itself. I'm one of the best Biafrans you can get. In terms of telling you uprightness. You say yes, Emmanuel, yes. I don't blame you because in Biafra land now, Izzo Quadro na buying. They collected 10,000 naira. I'm not trying to blackmail you. I can never blackmail you.
What nonsense? They're asking your brother, you stop blackmailing without even hearing from the leadership.
It is the leadership that doesn't want to hear from me. You can see all the efforts I made, and you saw my messages, you saw my number, you saw everything. I even referred you to Nkoloma Hadum to go there and see my work. You never did. You guys are the one running away from hearing from me. I made all the efforts. On the night, I sent you a lot of messages on your S handle, which you attested that you received. Why didn't you reach out to a family member, a principal officer for that matter, to hear his own side of the story? Why? Why are you running the organization in this way?
I thought that since that place was shut down, I thought you would have bring Abuja, bring everybody. I thought you by now you have sent the fighter jets from America to come and attack ESN.
You see, the problem we have is fighting ourselves. So if I have fighter jets and whatever from Abuja and I'll bring it to fight ESN who are working in our land, I cannot do something like that, Chinasa. You want Biafrans to be doing something like that? No, we shouldn't be doing something like that. If I have those type of things, we channel it against our common enemy. And you know who our common enemy is? Britain and her stooges in our land, to get us out of that geographical location. That's what everybody should be focusing on, not infighting. If you close my farm, I go and hire fighter jet to come and kill my own people, my own ESM people. I cannot do something like that, or to kill you, my own GOC. Please, let's not stop talking something like this. It's very, very, very harmful to the movements, to the restoration projects. Very, very, very harmful. This type of statement is very, 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 very bad.
You only started to open a YouTube and started talking yabbing rubbish. But not because of that.
Chinasa GOC, you see, before you come to, if you have talked to me, you shouldn't be saying all these things against me on Radio Biafra. Nkoloma Hadum was opened on April 21st, 2024. We deported this university on 21st of April 2024. And since then, we have conducted about 50-something lectures. And that lecture is also geared towards the Biafran restoration projects. And the thought to open Nkoloma Hadum is because we know the problem of the African child is that the African child is born, and from the time of his birth, he will start to be fed with colonial culture, be it English language, be it colonial fashion, colonial Christianity, colonial education, and other brainwashing centers they have in our land. That is what is causing majority of the problem we have. And in line with the IPOB going back to our roots, that was why we established Nkoloma Hadum Wisdom University, to reset the mindset of our people. That's what we are doing. We didn't open Nkoloma Hadum because of the kidnapping that happened of the invasion of my farm by ESN people on August the 7th. That was not when we opened Nkoloma Hadum. And it's not good for you to be disparaging other people's work. Do you know for somebody to come online, it takes about 2 to 3 hours if you have to do research like we do at Nkoloma Hadum? Plus all the resources that we have put in place to make sure that we educate our people. Don't be putting people's work down. We have done a lot of marvelous work at Nkoloma Hadum, and we will advise you to go through our lectures. And I sent you some of those lectures on both your Twitter handle and your Facebook Messenger. But you failed to listen. Please, Chinasa, please. We need to talk.
We are not looking at those things. All these black men have no place in our life. And we cannot be emotional in this job. That is why we said we found out you cannot produce the Suleiman. And bear in mind, if we see Suleiman back in your farm, maybe we will pull down the farm. Suleiman is a criminal. And if you are bringing any other person to work in your farm, make sure you are monitoring those living inside your farm.
I have said many times, Suleiman is not a kidnapper. He's not a criminal. I have been with him since 2016. There's no evidence linking Suleiman with the kidnapping. There's no physical evidence. If there's evidence, please, Chinasa, produce it. There's no evidence. You are just accusing him. You are just putting more weight on us because you don't know what investors in Biafra land are going through. Yes, you guys in IPOB, you are encouraging people to go and invest in Biafra land, which is good. But you need to talk to people like us to give you information about the challenges we are having in Biafra land in terms of employing people. And a farm located in such a place, I have hired a lot of our people, and they cannot stay in that farm because it's in the bush. Our people cannot do many jobs in Biafra land if you don't know. That's why most of the security work is done by people from the north in Biafra, across Biafra land. And they also work in so many other industries in Biafra land. So before we are making such decision, punishing a Biafran businessman, let us consider what the business people are going through. Chinasa, please, we need to talk. Talk to me. You have my number. Give me your number so I can call you.
If anybody is having farm in Biafra land, make sure you know those inside your farm. Make sure. Because most of this farm, they kidnap people. You think they are in the bushes? No, they hide them in the farm. Some, they hide them in the houses. Some, they hide them in uncompleted building. And people might not know. Therefore, it is very, very important that people to know you cannot box IPOB to the corner. You cannot blackmail us thinking because you are blackmailing.
There was never a time I was blackmailing you people. I can never blackmail you people. The information I was sending was just to get your attention. IPOB is like a country. Your position, I know. I cannot fight against my country. Biafra is my country. I cannot fight against any of the officials. Instead, I step aside than fighting what I believe in. I'm not going to fight you. I can never fight you. We are all working towards the same goal, the Biafran Restoration Project. It is a wrong idea for anybody to start fighting each other. We cannot be fighting each other while our resources are being exploited by foreigners, while our people are being killed every day, while our people are leaving our land en masse in droves, going to even Muslim countries to live. We cannot be doing something like that, Chinasa. I don't belong in that class.
Many, we will succumb. We are not going to succumb on any black man. That is the last thing we are going to do. We have seen it all. In all your blackmail, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. There is nothing else somebody can do. Another issue I want to discuss this night is also the hospital maltreatment. I'm going to take it lightly.
Thank you, Chinasa. This is the end of your broadcast concerning the kidnapping, which you are erroneously accusing my farm and Suleiman as participating in that kidnapping. And that was why I have taken time to correct some of the wrong information you have given Biafrans. And so before I end this program, because you know at Nkola Mahadum, we usually keep everything short. But in order for you people to hear my own side of the story, that is why I took my time for us to listen to what Chinasa said on Radio Biafra and what I know as the owner of the farm and as somebody that knows Suleiman since 2016. In conclusion, I will only advise Chinasa Nworu, GOC, and IPOB leadership to always hear from both sides. If there's any issue, try to hear from both sides. Don't be talking from one side. Don't be talking from one side. Even if I'm not an IPOB member, I'm an ordinary Biafran and have this type of issue and was trying to reach you, made all the efforts to reach you. Why can't you talk to that Biafran? Secondly, stop disparaging people in America, lumping them into one basket. There are hardcore Biafrans in America. There are hardcore Biafran businessmen and professionals in America who are willing to support the Biafran Restoration Project. But you should stop disparaging them. You should stop insulting them. You should stop calling them names. I have so many advice to give you. If you will come to me, IPOB leadership, I will give you information how you can have a vibrant, successful IPOB in America here. Not these people you have right now as leaders in America. Finally, you should look properly before you appoint people to positions in IPOB in America. You don't appoint somebody because he's a broadcaster in Radio Biafra. You appoint him to manage people, manage businessmen and professionals in America with autocratic management style, with suppression, by shutting people down. Because all this problem we have is from the leadership of the mobilization committee. He is the one that caused all this problem, because there was a message he was intending to send to you, Chinasa, but he made a mistake and sent it to me. And after I read that message, he deleted it. He was the cause of all this problem. Because if he has presented my issue with a human face to you, you should have reacted differently. I assure you. You must have reacted differently. But he just want to get back to me because I was standing firm and saying things that we place IPOB USA on a right footing. And let me tell you something. With what our people, Biafrans, have passed through in life, anything concerning management of funds in IPOB must be sound. The first thing you do is to make sure the finance is sound. But there's a lot of advice I have. If you want it, if you don't want it, and keep running IPOB USA the way you are running it now, what you are getting right now is chicken change. If it's well organized and well managed, a lot of people will join IPOB. And you'll be making a lot of money from monthly contribution alone. And then if you do fundraising, the fundraising will run into hundreds of thousands of naira. Not that it's too much, because what we need for the Biafran Restoration Project is to use our resources to engage. It's not all this money. This money we are contributing is helping, but that's not the money. Is that the money that we buy the equipment to do the work when it gets to that time? Finally, before we close, we will encourage every Biafran, every African to fight for dismantling of all the colonial boundaries in Africa. If we Africans cannot go to Europe and say, you are one country, you are one country, why should somebody come to Africa, our land, and join us together the way they join us together? Because all the problems we are having now, including this issue, kidnapping and everything we are suffering, is because we are in Nigeria. And that's where all our efforts should be get to dismantle the colonial boundary so that we Biafrans can have our own map, our own country. That's what we are fighting for. And in Kolomahadum, it's not far away from that fight. We are all in it. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end, just to clarify some information based on what I have suffered since the 7th of August until today. I have suffered a lot. I have lost a lot. But as a Biafran, I will keep pushing. I will keep pushing. I cannot give up. And with this, I will be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining me today. I have a good day.